Now, as you can see, when using Thumbnail Blaster, you can automatically get the thumbnail of the video, so the existing thumbnail, and it will be automatically added in the thumbnail that you are creating. So you don't need to save the old thumbnail and add it right here. No, we are doing that automatically. Also, as you can see, some templates will automatically take the existing title and add it right here in the new thumbnail. Awesome, right? So I already have the ultimate vine and I'm going to complete it right here. So I'm going to double click and enter compilation. The text is a bit too large, so I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Let's say 160, maybe 140. Perfect. This looks great. Okay, now I'm going to guide you on how to use this editor. So if you want to add a new text, it is very simple. Click on the A word right here, and right here you have a lot of predefined templates. Now simply click on one, and that's it. It is added right here. Now, whenever you select a text, you can change the text, select a new font, you can increase the size, you can select the color that you want to use, you can set the text to have a transparency. So you have a lot of options. Let's play with them a bit. So I'm going to enter a new text right here. Now I'm going to click and drag to move the text right here, and I'm going to select the color and set it to white, perfect white. Great. Now I'm going to select a different font because I don't like this too much. So let's go with this one. Great, it looks a lot better. Now I'm going to make it just a bit transparent, so because I don't want it to be too visible. And I want to add a shadow. We are going to add a red shadow right here. And I'm going to change the offset. So as you can see, the shadow will be exactly behind the text. Looks really good. And change the blur so it's a little bit more sharp. Great. Now, if you want, you can set a gradient text color. That's not a problem. Simply check this option. And you can also stroke it. So you can add a stroke, right? This looks great, but in this case, I don't want it to pop up too much, and I'm going to uncheck it. I really recommend that you play with all the options that you see right here. Now, whenever you have a text or a shape that you like very much and you want to duplicate, that's very easy to do. Make sure it's not in the bottom position, so just move it up a bit and hit duplicate right here. Great. So as you can see, here it is. I'm going to move it to the top. And that's it. It's that simple to duplicate anything that you want. Now let's see how we can add a new shape in our thumbnail. I'm going to delete this for now. So let's add a shape. Now right here we have a lot of arrows, badges, banners, basic shapes, buttons, cutout images. So you have a lot of images to work with. So let's add an arrow. I'm going to click on arrows and they load very fast. And let's add this one. Okay, so I'm going to add this right here, make it a bit smaller. Perfect. Now I'm going to change the color of this. Let's make it maybe a purple. Yes, this looks very good. Great. And right now, if you want, you can add a cutout image. So click on cutout images, and here they are. In this case, I'm not going to edit, but I'm just showing you how you can do it. So simply click on it. As you can see, it's added. Now you can resize it and you can place it wherever you want. But of course, I don't need a doctor in this thumbnail, so I'm going to delete it. Now, if you want, you can add images. And we have a lot of predefined images right here. They are going to load in a moment. You can also search for images on Pixabay. So whatever you want, let's say funny cat, because this video also has some funny cats. And I just type in this. And as you can see, that's simple. We found a lot of images and here it is. So you can, whenever you want, you can search for images from Pixabay. So just click on Pixabay, type in the word, and add the images that you want. I recommend to add images that have a white background because maybe they are transparent, as this one. And as you can see, it looks awesome to add new transparent images to your thumbnails. Great. Okay, now as you can see right here, you have a lot of emojis, you have e-commerce icons, so you have everything that you need in one place. If you want, you can change the background also. This is very simple. So simply go to background. So let's delete the default background. I'm going to click on the background. So simply click anywhere where there is no other element and hit delete. Okay. So let's go back to background, pattern. Let's go with this red one. And if you want, of course, you can change the colors a bit. So, all right. So I think this looks pretty good. Now, if you want, you can simply click on save and continue, and that's it. But before I close the editor, I want to talk a bit more about it and all the features that you can access. So on the top of the editor, you have two arrows. So each action that you do, you can undo or redo it by hitting the corresponding button. So in case you made a mistake, simply click on undo and it will undo the last action. Now, in case you have a smaller screen, you can click on zoom out and make the thumbnail just a bit smaller so it fits your screen. Now don't worry, the end thumbnail will still be the perfect size. It's just for display purposes while you are working on the thumbnail. Alright, great. Now don't forget that this image is based on layers. So each image goes on top of the other. Each text goes on top of the other layer that you just added. So if you take this text right here, as you can see, it will go on top of the Ultimate Vine compilations text. If you want, you can scroll right here and bring it to the front or bring it forward or send it to the back. So if you click send to back, as you can see, our text will go behind the Ultimate compilation. If you click send backward again, it will go even further back until it's in the back of the white rectangle. So this is a feature that you can play with. For example, if you have a shape on the screen that prevents you from selecting a different object, you can simply click on the shape, send it to the back, and then you will be able to select the object that is on the top. Now, for each layer, so for each element, it can be an image, a text, a rectangle, you can click on it, and right here you have the layer functions. So if you want, you can flip the image horizontally, you can flip it vertically, you can even duplicate it, okay? Now, if you want to delete a layer, a text, an image, simply hit the delete key or click on the trash icon right here. Now, another feature that I want to talk about is how you can resize or rotate certain objects. So as you can see the text that I selected right here, if you want, you can tilt it and rotate it by clicking right here, so on the dot from the top, and moving your mouse left and right. It's that simple. Now, if you want to make the text larger, you can either go to the top and enter a bigger size, let's say font size 40, or you can simply use this to resize. So click in each corner that you want from the selection and you can make the text bigger, smaller. Now, don't forget that you can add a gradient color, you can add a shadow, a stroke, so whatever you want you can add to the shapes and to the text. Now, as much as possible, I recommend to use the shapes from the shapes category. I'm telling you this because all the shapes are vector images. So this means that you can make the shapes as large as you want without affecting the quality of the end image. So for example, if you add an emoji from here, let's add a happy face. Okay, great. So as you can see, if you make it bigger, it's not a problem. It still looks perfect. What's also great about shapes is that you can change the color. Okay, I simply select a different color. Great. And let's make the eyes blue. It's that simple. Now let's make the teeth maybe, I don't know, black, right? All right. So you have a lot of image manipulation options. You can literally do anything that you want by using Thumbnail Blaster. Okay, so enough about the editor. I recommend to simply work with it, search through all the options, click wherever you want because you can't break anything, and the more you try the software, the more you will perfect on it and you will be able to create amazing thumbnails. Alright, So now all that you have to do is enter a template name, let's say Vine Compilations, and click on Save and Continue.